At first glance, monitoring the initial fallout from Bob McNair's inmates running the prison comments, once I heard news that DeAndre Hopkins was considering sitting out yesterday's game, my immediate reaction was, man, please, better get your behind back to work. But that was before I woke up, before I paused, before I took an extra moment to remind myself that Hopkins' reaction wasn't that of an individual who took a knee without letting everyone know why until the cameras were shined upon him. DeAndre Hopkins was reacting to an owner in the National Football League, speaking about NFL players, and doing so in a fashion completely opposite of what the National Football League has been fixated on preaching about since President Trump called players protesting a bunch of SOBs. Evidently, this isn't a family after all, huh? For all the emotion, the impromptu reactions, Hopkins deserves props for illuminating that point. Because he was willing to skip work, because he allowed that headline to percolate for days. It not only kept McNair in the news for days, it kept his hypocrisy in the news as well, and quite possibly that of other NFL owners as well. Had this been Deontay Foreman walking out of practice, contemplating missing a game, that would have been a different story. This is the reality when you're a rookie third-round pick, wet behind the ears with your breath smelling like Similac. Such an action would have buffered potency of McNair's comments, not diluted or minimized them for the insensitive and ignorant comments they were. But this is Hopkins we're talking about here. A star wideout in his 5th season, gifted enough to earn $81 million extension with $49 million in guarantees that McNair himself signed off on. For him to contemplate going AWOL, then elect to show up and show out against the Seattle Seahawks yesterday, well, words don't do his performance justice. To be honest, neither did my initial thoughts on the matter. My initial concern is that you don't run away, go home and leave everyone just hanging around because someone has insulted you. You're special for a reason. Most others are not. And if you send that kind of message, if you teach that kind of lesson, where does it get you or us in the end? But McNair's comments could not be dismissed. They shouldn't be dismissed. In fact, it should serve as the kind of siren that alerts us all to what others in his billionaire clique may actually feel about these athletes and the folks who look like them. Then, regardless of how much it may hurt, it's still progress in the end. And for that, we actually owe DeAndre Hopkins a debt of sincere gratitude.